What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan. I am your Nootropics information wizard. Thanks so much for being with me. Check us out on the web at livecortex.com, at livecortex.com/blog, giant blog for Nootropics information. I mean, that's where you go if you want Nootropics info. We got videos here. We've got everything written out, all the podcasts at livecortex.com. Check it out at facebook.com, where we post all this stuff too. Facebook.com/cortexstacks, just how it sounds. My own personal Facebook page is facebook.com/Ryan Michael Ballo. Powerful products support this broadcast. Here they are.
Elite level nootropic products.
Number one, the Cortex stack. Strong Emperor nootropic stack. Really look, I mean, this is the deal. I tell folks this all the time, but I was taking this stack, which then eventually became the basis for the Cortex stack we published in a commercial stack, to run a company just about 18 hours a day. Okay, so no BS. I needed like lots of verbal fluency, lots of speed of processing, a lot of mental energy. I just needed to be in one gear, and that is the go gear, for a long time. So I was taking a stack. I took the artichoke extract, forskolin idea, removed the forskolin, added uridine and CDP choline, and actually created this explosive effect, which then became the Cortex stack. If you are new to nootropics, we've got a product that's like perfect for folks that are new. It's called the Nootropics Starter Pack. It is a bottle of our stack Cortex, and it gets you a digital copy of Smarter, Better, Faster. What's Smarter, Better, Faster? It is the tell-all digital nootropics guide, period. The most comprehensive, gives you all the racetams, has many stacks, my powerful stacks, microdosing stacks, modafinil stacks, everything else between. Perfect place to start. The Nootropic Starter Pack is everything. Okay, so came across a nootropic subreddit that says depression with phenylpiracetam. Phenylpiracetam is a cholinergic racetam. It's a pretty stimulatory racetam. You know, it's made to be a more potent version of regular piracetam. It has a bunch of clinical applications like reducing fatigue, and I think in regular folks it just stimulates people, turns the lights on. It's a very strong racetam. Dose range is 25 to 200 milligrams. Most folks are going to find a sweet spot between 75 and 150 milligrams. Taken with a choline source is probably a good idea for most folks. And I'd shoot for 300 milligrams of choline bitartrate first. And then, you know, if you're still getting funky, if it's not working well or you're getting headaches or something, then bring in the alpha GPC or CDP choline. Start from 75 milligrams on one or the other of those, and then move up to 250 if you have to. So essentially, you know, that's phenylpiracetam. But people can take phenylpiracetam and run into issues, and more than likely it has to do with the choline source, not the phenylpiracetam. So this guy goes, it recently has crossed my mind that phenylpiracetam can worsen my depression. I take it 2 times a week, between 100 and 250 milligrams. And the last few times I took it with alpha GPC as a choline source. I've had headaches that are very strong, but only when I go over 220 milligrams and I drink coffee too. And after hours, severe depression symptoms come up. I've always had a good effect with phenylpiracetam, but it seems that every time I take it, my depression symptoms worsen up. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, none of this other stuff is really relevant. And I would say, look, just as a piece of advice for everybody wanting to give, have other people suggest like what they should do about nootropics, them giving their experiences so folks can give feedback, you must give the choline source quantity. You must give the quantity, right? Because we do not know. It is as common as walking down the street and seeing a bird to freaking get depression from high choline intake, from high choline quantity. And alpha GPC, man, I mean, I'm always telling people, 75 milligrams, start there. Go to 250. You know, you guys need to clear your mind of the BS that the studies say it's effective only at 500 milligrams or more. They're talking about people that have atrophied brains. This does not apply to you. This is probably people with Alzheimer's, right? Do you have Alzheimer's? So yeah, you don't need 500 milligrams of alpha GPC. Most folks won't. Now look, some folks have issues with pharmaceutical compounds that inhibited cholinergic signaling, and they need more acetylcholine. They need to optimize the system. They'll do better on higher dose alpha GPC. But in my time, we consult at least 40 people a week at this point on nootropics. We've got a consulting service. It's a 40-minute call with me, 15 additional email correspondences. Get it at livecortex.com. And almost unanimously, almost all of them respond very poorly to high dose GPC or CDP and do exceptionally well with between 50 and 150 milligrams, you know, of either of those choline sources. So that would be my perspective on why this happens. It's a cholinergic issue. You know, it's probably taxing the cholinergic system somehow. Too much acetylcholine being sent to neurons, not being recycled enough, not being regulated enough. That's one of the things that happens. People think it's such a great thing for bioavailable choline sources, and it is in the right doses. Sorry, there's a snow plower outside. But when taken in excess, it just floods the brain with choline, and converts to acetylcholine, and that becomes a little too. It becomes problematic if it's too much, and one of the main downstream effects of that is depression. So I would guarantee the dose on the choline source is low. People never look at that because they think, oh, it's 250. That's pretty low. It's not. 75 is where you want to be. All right, 50 to 150, really, but 75 is a good sweet spot. So that's probably what the deal is with this guy. Otherwise, Phenylpiracetam is an awesome nootropic. It's been improving my running performance lately. Really cool stuff. But again, you really got to watch your choline intake with that to really truly understand the best way to take racetams. Get the Racetam God guide. We have the choline sources worked out so well in the stacks, in the digital stack list, the Racetam God guide. It's exceptionally, insane. I mean, that's where you really get the good information that prevents this kind of stuff. Folks are always saying, I get running into these problems. Have you read Smarter, Better, Faster? Have you read the Racetam God Guide? Have you read the New Pep Pro Stack List? Have you read the Nootropic Stack for the Business Professional? Have you read the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam? Got to read those guides. 10 years of nootropics experience, isn't for nothing. That's why we put that stuff out. I wanted to quick mention, Cortex is down to $32 right now. We got to move a lot of Cortex. We got more inventory coming. New stack coming too. We mentioned it on a podcast recently, but yeah, we've got a new stack that starts production in less than a month. Can't tell you the name. It's going to be awesome, but that's coming soon. So get a bottle of Cortex, support the broadcast. $32 right now for what's being called the only pre-made stack that actually works. A strong nootropic stack, Cortex. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Ryan Michael Balla here. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Look, we've got, as it stands, 5 primary products that I want to just explain to you. You heard us mention them during the video, so I'm going to break them down. Number 1, from left to right, the Cortex Nootropic Stack. This is a cognitive enhancement stack that you really want to take to turn the lights on. Just to give you an idea, hardcore business folks that require 18 to 20 hours of brain function, take the Cortex stack. That's what we initially designed it for, but then everybody in the nootropic sphere loved it. Verbal fluency, speed of processing, motivation, drive to want to work. That's what the Cortex stack does. Moving right along, the Aniracetam guide there, that is called the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam, breaks down 25 powerful Aniracetam stacks, shows you how to use Aniracetam. It's essentially the everything guide to Aniracetam. Long demanded, folks asked us for it. We delivered. It is fully digital, lots of powerful stacks. And then there's the Nootropic stack for the business professional. That's basically 100, right around 100 powerful uridine, modafinil, theacrine, Aniracetam, oxiracetam, phenylpiracetam, alcar stacks for business situations, for the type of brain states that business folks need for sustained performance. Next is the Racetam God Guide. That is a high-level every Racetam guide, digital guide. We've got all the major Racetams with accompanying focus stacks and memory stacks and speed of processing stacks. In that Racetam. There's 8 major nootropic Racetams, and that guide explains all of them and accompanying stacks. Then there's the New Pep Pro Stack List. The New Pep Pro Stack List is a digital guide that explains oral, so just taking it by mouth, sublingual, taking it under the tongue, and then intranasal, spraying New Pep nasal spray in your nose, stacks. It's just a bunch of stacks, a giant stack list of New Pep stacks that are highly effective, pro-level, specific brain state inducing type of New Pep stacks. That thing has been a hit out there with the market. And then last, there's Smarter, Better, Faster. Smarter, Better, Faster is the all-around, everything nootropics digital guide. If you just want to learn everything, many racetams, modafinil, etc., get Smarter, Better, Faster. It's like the guide you need to know if you're new to nootropics, to learn basically everything and to walk away knowing what you need to know on nootropics. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. Get this stuff at livecortex.com and rock on.